Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great day, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today on our channel, guys, we're going to be taking a look and reviewing the brand new STARSCREAM armored Scareglow figure, the evil Decepticon Ghost of Skeletor. We'll take a look at the figure, the packaging, all his items come with. We'll remove him from the packaging, guys. We'll take a much closer look at this particular figure, the comic he comes with, and hopefully, find some Easter eggs of maybe upcoming figures in future waves of this particular crossover event for Transformers. All right. We'll also look at his glow-in-the-dark feature and see how prominent and how strong it is compared to the original Origins version of Scareglow, and have some fun. Now, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, hope you will subscribe afterwards. Hope you'll hit that like button, and thank you so much for doing that. Hit that notification bell when I upload new videos, and please share this video. There is a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, take a look at STARSCREAM Armored Scareglow. And of course, I will also let you guys know exactly where I particularly got this figure from for the collection, guys. All right. But here we go. All right. So once again, you have the nice glamour shot of the Scareglow STARSCREAM Armored figure right there. Glamour shot right there in the corner right there. Masters of the Universe. Transformers. Of course, you got the grid, the purple grid that represents the Decepticons right there. This Decepticon logo here. All right, looking nice. You got the grid right there, the purple grid of Snake Mountain, and there's those Scareglow STARSCREAM Armored Scareglow right there. It comes with his iconic 1987 movie crown right there, and two blasters / battle axes right there. But we'll get a much closer look at it once we remove him from the packaging. It does glow in the dark right there. STARSCREAM Armor Scareglow, evil Decepticon, Ghost of Skeletor. Our Mattel logo right there, looking really good. And I have to say, you know, out of all the figures, which is not much, of course, we only have the Megatron version of Skeletor and Bumblebee Man-at-Arms. I have to say, right now, as it stands, you know, until we get He-Man in our hands, I like this. I really like this detail of this body, of this armor, of Scareglow of STARSCREAM armor here. I like it. It looks really good. All right. Of course, glamour shot of STARSCREAM on one side for Transformers. Another side is Scareglow right there for the Master Universe. And of course, a nice, beautiful artwork right there, looking nice. Right there, it says, with the power of the treacherous STARSCREAM at his disposal, Scareglow was all too happy to help Skeletor in his latest scheme. In due time, he would absorb the power of Grayskull for Sub-Eternia. You've got a shot of a Horde Trooper right there. Of course, you can see you can put the helmet right there, or the crown. All right, there. And as you can see, also, you can plug in the battle axe, or these axes in the side right here, because to give you that more of that STARSCREAM look to him, because I remember in the cartoon, he would have his blasters right there on the side right there, so I do like that. And also, this, you know, with the crown here, it gives me vibes of the 1987 movie. And I'm kind of curious, you know, of course, Galvatron was introduced in that movie. And I'm kind of curious if we will get a Galvatron-type armor figure. And who better than Hordak? I mean, I'm just guessing here. You know, and if you remember in the 1987 movie, once STARSCREAM was crowned the overall ruler of the Decepticons, you know, spoiler alert, but it's been out, you know, since 1987. Galvatron appeared, who was originally Megatron, transformed from Unicron. And, of course, STARSCREAM gets vaporized right there. So I'm kind of curious if we'll get a Hordak / you know, maybe even Skeletor again, armored figure here. All right, but enough talking, guys. Let's go ahead and get the whole STARSCREAM out of the packaging, guys. We can take a closer look at him. All right, hang on. Now, I'm not going to completely remove him from the packaging, guys. All right, just enough to we can see the figure closely, hopefully. All right. And another feature like we've seen before from Megatron and Skeletor and Bumblebee Man-at-Arms. I'm sure He-Man will be no different. We have this little grid right here that shows you all the abilities and strengths and speeds, endurance, courage, power, and skill level right there. This is pretty cool. All right. Let's see here. Let's get the. Here's the comic right here. It comes with him called Roll Out. We got a shot of Megatron, Skeletor. You got Starscream, of course, He-Man, and of course Bumblebee, Man-at-Arms, right there. All right. Let's take a look here. What we got? Of course, as you know, I always like to show this little diagram. I don't have to, but I just do for fun. Shows you exactly what parts can be removed safely from the figure. All the darkened out parts right here, which I do like that Mattel does give us that, because you never know. All right, so nice. And of course, here is the comic right here. Hopefully we'll get some Easter eggs of maybe future figures, you know, and future waves. All right, but I do hope that this line does not go too super crazy. I hope it's just, you know, a couple waves and then that's it. All right, because there's so many, you know, Origins-based crossover figures already that, you know, we can't keep up. All right, but I even like that the Matrix of Leadership / Power Sword right there in the beginning right here. Looking good. Alright, so far I'm not seeing anything that tells me for anything brand new as far as a brand new figure coming in a future wave so far. Alright, yeah. So right now, guys, I don't know, because this might be it. I mean, that'd be fine with me. But if we do get, you know, future waves, you know, I'll definitely pick them up. But as far as seeing for anything brand new, as far as any brand new figures coming to the line, I don't see anything that's showing me anything in the comics here. All right, which is fine with me. Okay, but you never know. You never know. Maybe in the future, you know, we might get something like Hordak or something like that. All right. And here we go. Here's old Starscream / Scareglow, or the Scareglow, or sorry, I want to keep saying Scareglow. Oh, yeah, Scareglow Starscream armor here. And he looks really good. The detail is amazing. From the crown here to, I love the wings that slash into like, you know, cross as an axe or even a blaster, which you can plug in right there on the side right there. The cape, as we've seen before, you know, that the giant rubberized, you know, soft good, flexible cape. It's not soft good, but it's nice for what it is. And even the you know, the legs right here of this version of Scareglow kind of reminds me, that's why I brought out this version out of Masterverse, has that same type of feel and look of that Masterverse Scareglow with the bones right here painted on, which I don't believe is going to glow in the dark. I think the only thing that's going to glow in the dark is the face and the arms that we got from the Origins version of Scareglow. All right. But it looks really good. I like the detail. I love it. Like I said, the wings and battle axe, you know, really stands out, and I really like that. The armor looks nice too. Of the Starscream armor here, it looks great. Even the boots looks really good. All right, very nice, very nice. Great detail right there. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this. All right. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and turn my light on the turntable here as I'm going to turn him around, all right? And as he's turning around and absorbing some of that light, so the glow-in-the-dark feature, and I also have a flashlight too, guys. Well, I'll talk to you about where I found this figure, because I'm probably, you know, a lot of you are kind of curious of where exactly I found him. And just like the Man-at-Arms Vintage Collection Masters figure we talked about yesterday, I was very shocked and very surprised to find this Starscream, you know, armored Scareglow figure on eBay. And I mean that, you know, it's because I feel like we just pre-ordered him, you know, about a couple weeks ago. And so I was kind of shocked and surprised to find him off of eBay. All right. And like I said, with the Man-at-Arms, you know, Vintage Collection figure, you know, some of these sellers, you know, are based out of California, where I believe, I hope I'm right, that Mattel is based out of. And so I feel like, and I have no proof of this, that, Mattel ships out some sample figures like Scareglow, like Vintage Collection, Man-at-Arms to these sellers for promotional deals and stuff like that. And, and of course you will pay a little extra. I mean, not an arm and a leg, but you will pay a little extra depending on when you can find this. Early enough, the earlier you get it, of course, the cheaper you will find it for. All right. Now, of course, a couple of key things to note. If you find figures like Scareglow, armored or Starscream, or maybe the Optimus Prime He-Man figure, always check the description below, the full item description, because if it says in hand, ships fast, all right, and also look at the date of when you will be available to get this figure. So if it's in a week or so, then always if you're more curious, contact the seller and ask, if this is for real, do you have them in hand? And probably most likely they'll say yes. But if it says pre-sale, of course, or pre-order, of course, as we know, that means that the seller does not have it right away. But once they do get it, of course, then they'll ship it out to you. So that's the key features I always look for when I'm, hunting for these figures. So check eBay. I mean, like I said, you're not gonna, it's not gonna cost you an arm and a leg. All right. I mean, depends on when you buy this. All right. So hopefully I will be able to find that He-Man Optimus Prime figure to review with you guys on the channel. All right. But yeah, that's exactly where I find these figures, guys, is off of eBay. All right. And, and it's not, like I said, too crazy of a price. All right. Now, like I said, you will pay a little extra normally what you would pay from retail. But, I mean, it depends, and when you'll be able to pick it up. I mean, whenever you're going to sell it, all right, as far as popularity, all right. But he looks great, guys. And we'll go ahead and turn my light on, too, to get more of that light on him. And hopefully it's dark enough where you can turn off the lights and see the glow feature. I'm turning my turntable off now. But, as we're looking at the detail here, and, got the nice Starscream, like, helmet right there, helmet right there. Got the Scareglow face sculpt, the purple, and kind of representing the, the shoulder pads of the old Scareglow. Purple cape for Scareglow. Got the crown. Got the battle axe, 2 battle axes or slash blasters right there for Starscream. All right, and even the figure itself, I don't know if it's showing off to you guys. Let me get the camera closer. But even the abs right here of Starscream has a very translucent look to it, as you can see right there. All right. Get a little bit better detail here. A little closer to the camera here, guys. All right. I don't know if the hands will glow in the dark. We'll look at that in a minute here. But you got the same type of hand, like from, the original Scareglow. Right here, you can see the same style and detail right there. I do hope that the muscles right here, the bones right here, will glow in the dark as well. I don't think they will, though. All right. So I'm gonna give it a little more light, guys. Hopefully, it will show off. Hopefully. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my lights here, guys, real fast, and then see what happens. All right, so hang on. Hopefully the glow-in-the-dark feature will be really good. All right. All right. Let's see what happens, guys. Hang on. Oh, my light's on. Hang on. Sorry. Okay. So as you can see, guys, the glow-in-the-dark feature is there, but it's it's got a very bluish tint to it. So in the back of the packaging, you notice that Starscream had that, or Scareglow had that very bluish, like, glow to him. And it's very similar what we're seeing right here, okay? It's a very bluish tint to it, okay? Now, my camera is not giving it justice, but it's there. It's not as strong. You can see Scareglow. You can see Scareglow is very, very strong. And then the one right here for Masterverse, it's very, very weak. But as you can see, the differences between the Origins version of Scareglow right there. And the funny thing is that I didn't have any light, really, not much light on Scareglow. The original Origins version Scareglow compared to the Transformer version. And he's very strong. You can see the glow in the dark feature very prominently on this figure here. I'm going to let my light back on, my flashlight, and get some more light here. All right. But, you know, it works for what it is, but it's very, very weak, all right? And it's got a very bluish tint to it, the Starscream armor Scareglow figure, compared to his Origins version. And as you can see, the legs muscles for which I think is, they should have went with these type of legs. I think that would have been a better, you know, way. Now, of course, well, I'm just kind of think here, if you can pop these legs off safely and maybe remove it to these legs, you can do that. But I don't recommend that. But let's go ahead and turn the light back off here, guys. Okay, so, I mean, it looks good for what it is. I mean, it's not as strong as the original Origins Scareglow or even the vintage version Scareglow, but it does work for what it is. And like you see, it has a very bluish tint to it, which I do like. I do like the blue tint glow to him right here. But as you can see, the legs don't glow in the dark. The bones on the legs and the hands don't glow in the dark right there. It's just his biceps, the chest plate right there, which is pretty cool, and his face sculpt right there. All right. Turn my light back on. There we go. All right. Go ahead and turn on my camera back, my lights back on, guys. So hang on. All right, there we go. But there you go, everybody. There's a review right there. I look at the brand new Starscream Armored Scareglow figure. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think overall for this figure here? All right. For me, like I said, I like, so far, out of all the 3 figures we have seen in this collection, guys, I think Starscream, you know, Scareglow figure so far is my favorite. You know, we still got to look at He-Man, Optimus Prime, but I like the detail. I like the wings slash blasters here that you can plug and play right here. I do like the bluish glow in the dark feature for this figure. It's not as strong as the original Scareglow figure, but it works. It works. It works. All right. All right, guys. I'd like to take time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And a couple things, too, guys. Tuesday, Mattel Creations is putting out their next pre-order for Masters of the Universe of Origins. It's going to be Stinger, I believe, coming on October 21st, which I believe is this Tuesday. So get ready, all right, to pre-order Stinger for the Origins line. Not Dragstore. So I'm hoping that Dragstore might be the next figure coming afterwards. All right, but it's going to be Stinger. All right. Also, I've got notification today for figures that I just pre-ordered that are now at Big Bad Toy Store. Anti-Eternia He-Man, Mantenna, and Mosquitor have arrived at Big Bad Toy Store, has been processed, and as of today, as of filming this, have been shipped out to me. So hopefully very soon we'll be doing some reviews on those figures from Wave, I believe, 18 from Masterverse. So stay tuned for that. So don't forget to hit the notification bell. And I've got my deluxe 2000X figure of Beastman from Big Bad Toy Store. He also arrived today and has been shipped out. So so check out your local Big Bad Toy Store, maybe Entertainment Earth, and possible. These figures are already here, and hopefully have been shipped out to you to add to your amazing collection, guys. So stay tuned for reviews on the channel. All right. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys real soon. Take care, and have a good one, everybody.